I watch YouTube. First of all, sometimes these rappers come up in my timeline, got killed. Squeaky from New Orleans. But I don't never heard none of them guys. But I go online and look at them, do the videos, see who they are. Mm-hmm. And each one of them have at least 3 things in common. They're black young men. They got money in their videos and shit, stacks of money, guns, and talking about killing their ops. It's almost all those are the same thing. Now, I don't understand why YouTube will let you put that on, but if you said anything negative, I'll slap a gay. Your shit getting yanked off. So why, you see, what I'm saying? That'll get quickly right. But why? But okay.
You know why. You know exactly why. You know why.
So what's our responsibility to help that out?
That's the responsibility that I took upon myself when I became a social worker. That's why I'm still in the streets every day. We are working up against a force that has been here and is going to be here since we got here. And it ain't going nowhere. You can continue that. Tell me, for the people out here say there's no more racism in America, what day did it stop? Can you tell me the day that it stopped? Mm-hmm. Oh, that was back then. Back when? Because back then is going 20 years from now. That's going to be back then. Right now it's going to be back then. Mm-hmm. That racism was then. It's not now. So the same. So it's sitting here right.
Racism's still out here, don't you?
So racism and all of the things that go along with it, institutionalized racism. Sure. America, America's the law of the land at the time was keep black people oppressed. Mm-hmm. Keep them as second-class citizens.
Sure.
What day did that go away? Just because you put the legislation, we already can go through this. Just because you put the legislation in place doesn't mean that. You didn't preach it to your kids in your house. Though it wasn't part of what the pastor said every Sunday, and it wasn't part of the news every Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday. It wasn't part of the fixing it. Wasn't part of the American psyche. It was just, it's gone away. So, with that being the case, I could see how the people who pull the strings in media can allow blacks to degrade themselves and so on and so forth with no repercussions.
Because black on black violence, I know people say ain't that, but that's a hate crime. And that ain't looked at as a hate crime. Just niggas doing what they do. Like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? We're so traumatized. But as a social worker, what would you tell a young boy who is in the hood who might be getting pulled to that? And maybe his father's not home or his father is. What would you tell a young boy?
So here's what I'll say. First thing I'm going to tell you, young man, is keep your head. And then use your head. There is a bigger world out here. Me and him from the same hood. We know a lot of guys from our hood who did not make it. Who did not make it. Even though we sitting up here looking like, we know guys in common who didn't make it. So keep your head, young man, and use your head. You probably are smarter than you think. The school system will have you thinking that because you don't know what's going on in them books, that you are not smart.
Right.
But you know how fucking smart you are. You're probably a genius. So tap into that. If you can hear my voice, try to tap into that and find something that really turns you on. Find something that really turns you on. You might find it through a negative way, but find something that turns you on and see if you can elevate out of them circumstances. Because I'm going to tell you the best line I ever heard was in Richard Pryor in Harlem Nights. In Harlem Nights, when he said, when Eddie Murphy wanted to go kill somebody, he said, "Nah, I'm not going to let you do that." He said, "Man, dying at a young age, man, that ain't cool. That's the most played out shit ever. What's cool is dying when you old with your kids and your woman and your money around you. Now that's cool." And I took that to heart. Yeah, let's get old. I want to see what life like. To be quite honest, I want to know what it's like to fuck my wife at 53. I wanted to know what it was like. Is my dick still gonna be working when I get 50? And therefore, I dodged bullets. That's how I got.
You survived for that reason? Okay.
I survived. I survived to make sure that
No, I feel you. I think when you say about schooling and things, I think we need to change some of the curriculum. Some of the stuff is unnecessary. I don't need to know George Washington crossed the fucking river. And there's stuff that these kids know financial need. They need to learn this about financial, just about family structure, how to apply for jobs. If you really care about these kids and these young kids coming up, they need to know it. Too much other stuff is being shoved in your head.
I got a question. Who made you think that they care about these kids? America does not give a fuck about kids.
Damn.
America ain't never cared about kids. Pierre.
Shit.
The Food and Drug Administration.
Watch out now.
The Food and Drug Administration allowed a cereal called Cookie Crisp to be a real thing. It's a bowl of cookies for breakfast.
Oh, well, right.
You think America give a shit about kids?
I didn't ever equate those two together, but yeah, it makes common sense.
Jerry
now.
Seinfeld did that joke. America don't, it appears on the surface, yeah, but America don't give a fuck about kids. We have to give a fuck about kids. Each individual person has to give a shit. It's not on the powers that be, because they just putting their pants on one leg at a time like us, trying to keep a job, doing whatever they boss say do. Each person, each household. Man, my dad had substance abuse issues. He had domestic violence issues and all that other shit. But guess what he didn't do? He did not fuck around when it came to me being aware of what the fuck is out here in the world. He made sure that all four of his children were whole ass people when they left his house. You're gonna understand what it is and what it ain't. You're gonna know that racism is very real.
Right. Sure.
There's bias, there's prejudice, and then there's racism. You understand what I'm saying? You and I can be biased. I can be biased against light-skinned guys. You can be biased against dark-skinned guys.
Which I am.
That's a bias.
Oh, okay, stand up.
But then there's prejudice. You can use your prejudice to judge me.
I do that.
You feel what I'm saying? I can judge you. But then there's racism. Racism is the ism. It's the institutionalized. It's the one that became part of the government, became part of the money, the power, the institutions. That's racism. So therefore, I can't be racist against, because I don't have the power to cut your lights off and to redline your district. I don't have the power to you know what I'm saying? I don't have the power to keep black people out of work. I don't have that power. White America has that power. That's racism. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But you say that as a white America, so you're saying the government more or less, you're saying white America. Because if a black man has a business and don't want to hire no white people because they're white, is that racism? Is that racism?
You tell me. Is it? What do you consider it?
A fucked up day for them niggas. Shit. Bad you can't get no, for them white. No.
But let's put that into context.
In the bigger perspective,
so let's say I am a black man and I own a company.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I could keep my company open for more than another week after we got found out to not hire white people? Sure. They'll shut us down. America to shut us down in a week. However, a business that does not hire black people and is known to not hire black people, all they got to do is some diversity training, and they get subsidies to keep fucking going. They become Fortune 500 companies. So you tell me, is it racism?
You're right.
You see what I'm getting at?
I agree with you. That's okay. Well, we ain't racist right here. I hire a number of black people and shit right here. Okay, we got black folks in here.
I have to check as a man. I have to check my biases and my prejudices.
Nice.
To be quite honest, I'd be a fool to sit here and say I don't see the differences between people.
Right.
Yeah, I do.
Right.
But just because I see the difference between me and you doesn't mean I don't fuck with you.
Right. Sure.
You might be the coolest motherfucker ever.
But I'll tell you right now, most of my businesses, I hire black people just because I know the struggle and the chances of we not getting the same as white folks get. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking better.
Yeah.
You better.
If you don't believe me, ask my white girlfriend.
I see everybody
say shit. That white bitch tell you. She like, he do. I'm the only one white in his life. If you like that clip, hit the subscribe button or the notification bell. In fact, why don't you hit both of them?